Good evening, Pride Baseball fans. Welcome to tonight's Pride Baseball virtual banquet. My name is Joe Hudak, and I'm the founder and director of Pride Baseball. We're in downtown Charlotte at beautiful Truist Field, home of the Chicago White Sox AAA Charlotte Knights. By the way, Truist Field was also the home of the Pride Baseball's 2020 Piedmont Pride Summer College Baseball team. The Pride won the Southern Collegiate Baseball League Championship for the third time in the past 4 years. The year 2020 will certainly go down in the history of the world as one of the most challenging years we've ever seen. It has certainly been the most challenging of my lifetime. In years past, I would be standing in front of 200 people, sharing a great meal, listening to a great speaker, and having some great fellowship. Instead, tonight I'm standing in front of a camera by myself. While some people might think that's really disappointing, I'm actually excited to be doing this virtual banquet. That's because instead of standing in front of 200 people who happen to live close enough to attend the banquet, I'm speaking to over 1,000 people all over the country and even all over the world. Some people have asked me why the name Pride Baseball, especially when you're a Christian baseball team. Well, our motto is proudly competing for Christ. And our pride is not in ourselves, but in the one we represent. We are proud to play for Christ and to tell others that we're Christ followers. Our mission statement is to use the great game of baseball to help young men grow in their personal relationship with Jesus Christ, become the best baseball players they can be, and develop into men of character and integrity. We do this by competing hard, on and off the field. On the diamond, we play to win. We play to win in the game of life as well. And we do this by having team Bible studies, team chapels, going to church together every Sunday, doing ministry in our community, and going on mission trips. Our goals for this evening are threefold. Number one, to share what Pride Baseball is all about. Number two, to have you meet some of the people whose lives have been impacted by Pride Baseball. And number three, to ask you to consider becoming a Pride teammate by supporting our ministry financially. Now, before we get started, I need to thank a few people. I'm grateful to the Charlotte Knights for allowing us to video from such a beautiful location. I'm also thankful for Jeremy Dickerson, our producer, who has done a fantastic job of putting this video together and telling our story. Finally, I must thank the hundreds of Pride teammates across the country whose financial support has made this ministry possible. I want to give a special shout out to my good friends Gerald and Nikki Kennedy. Without their love and support over the past 6 years, Pride Baseball would not even exist. So, let's play ball. All right, baseball fans, since this is a baseball banquet, I thought it would be great if we introduced our starting lineup. Leading off from Waxhaw, North Carolina, John Brocklebank. Batting second from Santa Clarita, California, Jonathan J.T. Tyler. Hitting in the three-hole from San Pedro, Dominican Republic, Kike and Kelly Fields. Batting cleanup from Woodruff, South Carolina, the Davis family. Hitting fifth from Fort Mill, South Carolina, Dwayne Hartso. Batting sixth from Huntsville, Alabama, the Bakke family. In the seven-hole tonight, recently serving Detroit, Michigan, and soon to be serving off the islands of the coast of Africa, Trent and Lexi. Batting eighth from Belmont, North Carolina, Dawson Goss. Hitting ninth from Newport, Kentucky, Matt Huther. And batting 10th, the extra hitter from Gastonia, North Carolina, Lincoln Lawing. Okay, leading off for the Pride is John Brocklebank. John is a pitcher from Samford University. He played for the Pride in the summer of 2017 and 2018, and he also went on mission trips in both years to the Dominican Republic.
My freshman year, I was talking to my head coach about where to play. He asked me, you want to go close to home, you want to go far from home? I said, I want to go pretty close from home, but not too close. And he said, all right, well, I know a guy in Rock Hill, and he's a good guy, and he'll hook you up. And so I said, all right, perfect, sounds good to me. I had such a great year my first year that I wanted to come back and be one of the leaders on the team the next year, because I remember my first year, we had so many guys that meant so much to me, and I wanted to be one of those guys for the new guys on the Pride and be one of those examples. A couple years back, I went on a mission trip to the Dominican Republic. It was special. I remember we were sitting outside. We always stay at these really special villas, and we stay with our closest friends on the team, and we have Bible studies every night. And I just remember seeing how happy the people were in the Dominican Republic, and I just asked myself, how can they be so happy, right? They don't have nearly the stuff that we have in America, and they are. They're way happier than anybody I saw here, and the reason is because they have faith and they just love each other, and that's the type of life that I wanted to live. Yeah, so my freshman year and my sophomore year, I went to Radford University up in Virginia. In my freshman year, I would say I didn't see a ton of faith up there. It was one of those northern schools, and I kind of wanted to come back after my season with the Pride, and I wanted to make a difference. So I started off just a little small group with the baseball team only, and I held a few Bible studies. And I think the first Bible study I held there, I had 3 teammates come, and it was good. I shared a message that Joe shared with me my first year with the Pride. Before I transferred, I held one more Bible study, and I had 22 guys on the team come to it. And I had 3 guys come up to me and tell me that they had committed their life to Christ because of the Bible study. And now, FCA is a registered program on Radford's campus, and all the coaches are involved. In fact, the FCA leader there is in the dugout with the coach and the team now during games, and is involved with every single athletic program on campus. So it's pretty special to look back on those memories and see the difference that I made. And it's also special to know that every one of the Bible studies that I led there was one that Coach Joe led with me and taught me. If it wasn't for Coach Joe, I don't think that I would have transferred to Sanford. Coach Joe reached out to the coaches there, put me in a great position to succeed in that program and also to succeed in that school. Every day I wake up and I honestly feel like I'm living a dream. If I didn't go to Sanford, I wouldn't have the job that I have, that I'm going to work for soon. And it's just a dream come true for me, and I couldn't be more thankful for the impact that Joe's made on my life and the impact that he's made on so many other lives.
Batting second, another pitcher. Who says pitchers can't hit? This time from Campbell University is Jonathan Tyler. Jonathan played for the Pride this past summer. He has an interesting story about how that all happened.
I feel like this whole year was kind of unplanned with COVID-19 and all that kind of stuff, but you know, I played this season. It was supposed to be my redshirt senior year. That got shortened, and then I was like, heck, I'm gonna come back to college for another year. So I want to play some summer ball because I didn't play summer ball in 19. So, you know, originally I was gonna go down to Florida, and then that didn't work out because of COVID, and I wanted to play more games. So I texted up my pitching coach at Campbell, and he said, hey, you should play for Coach Joe Hudak. So I was like, all right. And then I kind of looked into it, and it looked promising. It looked like a good place to play, so that's how I joined. Even though we're not playing right now, I'm still involved with the Pride with the weekly Bible study. We meet every Wednesday at 9 o'clock on Zoom, and it's nice because it's kind of like a weekly refresher. It's kind of like a weekly reminder, touch base with the Piedmont Pride family and touch base with Jesus, you know, and it's like a breath of fresh air, you know, every Wednesday night, and I love it, you know, because then we get to check in on everybody, see how everyone's doing, and it's awesome. Yeah, my Piedmont Pride experience is something I'll never forget. The one thing that kind of sticks out to me is when we watched the video sermon with Stephen Furtick, the whole "It Had to Happen" sermon, and that was really pinpoint. That really described my summer 2020. You know, there have been many things in my life where, you know, looking back on it, yeah, it had to happen. You know, in the moment, I'm like, what's going on? Like, why? But yeah, a lot of things in my life, looking back on it, had to happen. I went to UC Santa Barbara as a walk-on, got cut my freshman year, went to Santa Barbara City College, pitched 4 innings, redshirted the next year there, left, went back home, local junior college, mainly playing right field, batting leadoff at times. That was also 20 pounds ago, but going to Campbell, developing as a pitcher, you know, going through ups and downs, and you know, getting the chance to pitch in a regional in 2019, and you know, and then coronavirus and then the Piedmont Pride, like there's just been a lot of things. I'm just like, whoa, I could never have predicted this, you know? But the thing that I've learned is the journey is way sweeter than the destination.
Batting third tonight from San Pedro de Macorís in the Dominican Republic is my great friend Kike Fils and his lovely wife Kelly. I have taken 12 teams to the Dominican Republic over the past 8 years, and Kike has been my translator for 11 of them. But he is so much more than a translator. He has become a great friend and brother in Christ, and I'm so happy that he and Kelly will be able to share their story with you tonight.
I met Coach Hudak in 2013. I was new being an interpreter, and Coach gave me the opportunity to be his interpreter. And I think like that chance or that opportunity Coach Hudak gave me, he made me the interpreter I am today.
We love Pride Baseball. They have impacted our lives significantly, and not only our lives personally, but also the lives of many people that we know in the Dominican Republic.
The first thing he do when he comes, okay, we're gonna have a devotion, and then okay, here we go. Why we're here, what we're gonna do. The mission down here in the Dominican Republic is to share the word of God with everybody, and then I think that's the greatest part of Pride Baseball. They just bring the Lord Jesus to those people who doesn't know him.
Kike and I, we had a motorcycle. We doing the groceries was kind of a big deal because we had 2 huge bags of groceries on our lap, and trying to commute back and forth on the motorcycle, doing ministry on the motorcycle, going into the villages was pretty tough. And I remember talking to Kike and I asked him, when are you going to take me on a date to a specific place? He's like, oh, just wait until we get a car. And I said, well, when's that gonna happen? And he told me, just wait, God will provide. And that very day, little did we know, that evening Coach called us into our group where we did devotion, and handed us an envelope with the money to buy the car that Pride Baseball purchased for us. And through that vehicle, God has brought so many bags of food, has brought the gospel to so many different places, has brought hugs to kids who needed love, has brought words of hope to people who felt desperate, and it was because of Pride and because of Coach and their willingness to obey the Lord that we are able to go back and forth and do the ministry that we do in the Dominican Republic. The amazing thing about Pride is that when they come to the Dominican, they don't just come to one place one time. They come year after year. They build relationships. When these kids see Coach coming in, they know him. They know who he is, and they're excited because they know that he not only is bringing possibly physical help, but he is also bringing love and hope and the message of Jesus Christ. And so we are very, very proud to be a part of Pride, and we are proud to know Coach, and they're family to us. We love them.
What's a baseball broadcast without a commercial? We're having an online auction that's happening right now as we speak. I thought it would be cool for you to see some of the awesome items that you could win. So here we are with John and JT, whom you've already met. They're going to talk about some of the auction items that you might want to bid on. So guys, tell me what you got.
We've got 2 unbelievable college football helmets. We've got Nick Saban here, Dabo Sweeney here, countless national championships. Be pretty special to put one of these in your living room or in your office. Then we've got arguably the best basketball coach of all time, Coach K here. That would be pretty sweet to own one of those. And then we've got a Deshaun Watson football who's doing unreal things this year in the NFL. That'd be pretty special to put that on display in your house. And then we've got we got a plethora of baseballs over here.
Man, we got a Hall of Fame sitting right here, man. We got Willie Mays, we got Chipper Jones, man, we got everybody. Yogi Berra, Don Larson. We're stacked.
JT, what would you want, man?
Man, I'm a Yankees fan, man. Like, my dad grew up in Jersey, so I'd want all the Yankees ones.
Boy, I'm a big UNC fan, JT, but I think I'd do anything to have a Coach K sign basketball here. It looks pretty sweet to me.
doubt.
Now, back to the lineup. Batting cleanup for the Pride tonight is the Davis family. We have Father Tony and Mother Marie. Their son Bradley, unfortunately, is quarantined at Lander University. Bradley's a catcher at Lander and played for the Pride in 2019 and also went on the DR mission trip.
Hello, I'm Tony Davis,
And I'm Marie Davis.
and we're the proud parents of Bradley Davis, who was fortunate enough to play for Coach Joe Hudak and the Pride during the 2019 baseball season, and it was definitely a life-changing experience for our son and ourselves.
Bradley's freshman year in college proved to be just what we had hoped. He performed well on the baseball field, earning the second-string catcher position.
As time went on, we started to notice a few things changing with Bradley. He wasn't quite the happy young man we'd sent to college. The pressures of trying to perform at a high level and maintain his grades, along with the fact the team wasn't doing as good as we would hope.
Not only had his academic and athletic start suffering, but also his relationship with us, especially his father, began to suffer.
And that was very concerning to me. Obviously, we knew we had to make a change. Bradley was contacted to come play for the Pride and Coach Joe, and we had learned about Coach Joe in the previous year. Bradley had played for the same league, and we understood exactly and witnessed just how impressive Coach Hudak was with his team. And we were very excited to hear that he had invited Bradley to come play for him. We knew this could be a chance for things to make a turn for us, our son, and our family.
One of the most important parts to me was that Coach Hudak offers a Christian-based relationship with his team. And Bradley had been away from us and away from church for a couple of years, and that was really becoming a big concern with me.
So Bradley and our family made a decision that Bradley would be leaving the school he was playing for in 19, knowing that later that year he'd have a chance to play for Coach Hudak. When that time came, Bradley leaped at the opportunity to go to his new team, the Pride. Upon getting there, we immediately saw a difference in our son's attitude. He started gradually begin to grow. We were very excited. It appeared we were getting our son back that we had lost 2 years previous.
He was beginning to get more confident in his playing. He seemed happy again, organized, just coming back to life. One of the main things that I love about him playing for Coach Hudak was that they had Bible study. They were to go to church. They did little mission trips around Rock Hill. And
I think Coach Joe Hudak showed that love to Bradley, which brought him back around to the real world and made him understand exactly where he is, what he can appreciate, and to understand that serving God and being the best young man you can be under the guidance of a wonderful coach was a great thing, great experience for our son. We're so glad that Bradley had the opportunity to play for the Pride and Coach Joe Hudak.
Hitting in the 5-hole tonight is Dwayne Hartsoe. Dwayne is the athletic director and head basketball coach at Fort Mill High School. I have led the coaches Bible study at Fort Mill for the past 7 or 8 years. Dwayne was very instrumental in getting the study started and has probably missed only a handful of studies over the last 8 years.
I look forward to every Thursday morning. It's a fun group of people. It's always exciting to me as the athletic director to see our coaches come together to develop relationships with each other and to talk about our relationship with Jesus Christ and to help us learn from one another. It's just a great opportunity, I think, in a very safe setting for us to share beliefs that we have and also to share ideas of how we can carry our beliefs on to our kids that we're coaching and teaching. To me, it's like a small service of church. Go to church on Sundays, go to Bible study on Thursday. I think it's important in these small group settings to, the relationship that you develop, the closeness that you have with those folks. Coach Hudak does a great job leading our study. We enjoy having him, we look forward to having him there on Thursday, as well as he does a great job leading this Pride baseball. As an individual, it's helped me, again, to hear, to know where I'm at in my journey with Jesus and to hear where other people are, to know that we're in different places and to learn from where, people that are a lot stronger in their faith than me It's helped me to learn and helped me to reflect and to try to become a better person so that I can become a better leader of the coaches and of the students that we have at Fort Mill High School. And to see that we've had some coaches here that were actually on our staff and are no longer on our staff that still come back to share on Thursday mornings shows me that they enjoy the time that we spent together, and some of them are now at rival schools and still come back to be involved in our Bible study that we do on Thursday mornings, and that's encouraging to me to know that that we have leaders of young people that are sharing in their beliefs, and even folks that don't work here anymore. We love what Pride Baseball does for young people. We think it's a great tool that Pride Baseball uses baseball to teach young men about Jesus Christ, gives them a chance to expand their faith, teaches young men character and integrity, and produces leaders that are going to go out into our world and be leaders in their job and be better husbands because of what they learned through Pride Baseball.
Batting sixth this evening from Huntsville, Alabama, is the Bakke family. Man, I feel like I'm on the Family Feud. We got the Davis family, we got the Bakke family. Oh, well, here we go. We have Dad Paul, Mom Carolyn, and son John. John is a pitcher at Morehead State University and played for the Pride the summers of 2018 and 2019 and went on the mission trip both years.
I'm John Bakke. These are my parents, Paul and Carolyn, and I played for the Pride for 2 summers. I had a great experience with the Pride. Coach Hudak is truly one of the best people I've ever known. And from a baseball perspective, it helped me grow tremendously. The competitive experiences I had helped me grow on the field and be ready to play in school ball. And working with Coach Hudak on mechanics and pitches and his pitching philosophy was really good for me. And then spiritually, it was a tremendous growth, getting to experience different types of churches and having Bible studies, and the Dominican trip helped me grow in my faith tremendously. My favorite memories there, definitely the Dominican trip. Playing against the guys there was just, it was life-changing. And then also winning the championship in my second year was a great memory, and all the relationships I had over those 2 years with the players and the coaches were just tremendous and will stay with me forever.
A couple of my favorite memories, one of them was just getting to talk to John on the phone while he was on the Dominican trip, and how excited he was, and just the change of perspective that it gave him to be able to experience that, and just be able to experience and share his testimony with people in another country, and just the perspective that he got from that trip. And then the memory that I think about is going to church, going to visit him in South Carolina, and going to visit church. It was really different from our experience. Just being able to worship with the team was just a lot of fun. So baseball perspective and spiritual perspective, it's just hard to beat that kind of a balanced experience.
I would say that as a mom who had just let her baby go to college, and they make their decisions about summer ball pretty soon, their freshman year. So I wasn't really ready to let go yet. And then all of a sudden he's calling about where he's playing summer ball. And I would say, like Paul, just looking at that and seeing, okay, if he goes there, he's gonna have a host mom and dad and family, and he's gonna go to church, and it looks like this is a place where I can be comfortable sending my son for the summer. So that was really exciting. It was also neat to watch John become more confident as a player and as someone who would speak about his faith while he was there.
And so, having said all that, that's pretty much why we continue to support the Pride, because we want that kind of a mission to continue, both from a baseball and a spiritual perspective. And we want to be able to continue to support that as long as we can.
All right, time for another look at some of those outstanding auction items. Back to John and JT.
Boy, JT, look at this Michigan jersey, signed by the one and only Tom Brady. Wonder if he deflated any balls here recently.
That's unreal. That's vintage stuff right there.
Vintage stuff. Then, boy, look at these tickets we got from Pro Baseball. We got Yankees tickets, we got Indians tickets, we got Cardinals tickets. Shout out Mike Schilt, Charlotte guy right there. We got Mets tickets.
That's a heck of a lineup.
unreal, isn't it? And then
Unreal.
we've got a few different golf things. We got Ballantyne Country Club, one of the nicest places to play in Charlotte. We got Raintree, Pine Island, and Rock Hill Country Club as well. And then what do we got in Myrtle Beach, JT?
We got Myrtle Beach, we got True Blue, we got Caledonia, Sandpiper Bay, and Myrtle Beach National.
Boy, what's this fiddle here? Looks like the devil took that down to Georgia. Is that a Charlie Daniels fiddle? I think it is. I think it's signed by him. R.I.P. Charlie Daniels. Looks pretty special to me. Man.
Over here we got the national titles for Clemson. We got 2016 on the left, 2018 on the right, both signed.
JT, I bet you don't know what that painting is, do you?
No clue.
That is Thomas Kincaid's Evening Majesty. Boy, that'd look good in the living room, wouldn't it, JT?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And then we got all these vacations over here. What's your favorite one, JT? We got...
Nah, I'm biased, man. I'm a West Coast guy, so I like Las Vegas. That's close to me.
Yeah, that'd be a sweet one. We got a one-bedroom villa out in Las Vegas. And then I think I'd like this Orlando, Florida. Maybe bring the kids to Disney World. That'd be pretty cool. There's a two-bedroom villa out there.
Heck,
what do we have there?
We even got Gatlinburg, Tennessee, one-bedroom villa.
Out in the mountains, baby. Smokies, baby. That's pretty sweet. And then I think our last vacation here is on Ediston Island. Go get some rays.
Hitting 7th tonight are my good friends Trent and his lovely wife, Lexi. Trent was my baseball trainer while I was at Winthrop University, but just like Kike, he became much more than a trainer. The Lord called Trent and Lexi into full-time missionary work. They served 2 years as missionaries on some islands off of the coast of Africa, and the past 18 months serving a Muslim community in Detroit, Michigan. The Lord has called them back to the African islands, and they plan to leave this spring.
Trent and I were both working full-time. He was an athletic trainer. I worked in the car business at a Honda dealership, and the Lord just moved in our lives at that time, at the same time, for both of us. It was a special thing for it to happen for both of us. There was a couple of books that we read, and I think we both realized that what we were doing with our lives, while they were good jobs and good things to do, there was no kingdom impact. And so we really just started to evaluate what were we doing that was impacting God's kingdom.
It didn't happen overnight. I mean, we looked at international adoption, we looked at fostering a child, we looked at many different things, and the Lord opened the door to the mission field. I remember somebody sharing with us Proverbs 3, 5, and 6 about trusting the Lord with all your heart. Don't lean on your own understanding. Trust in Him, and He will acknowledge Him, and He will make straight your paths. And that's what we did. We just started acknowledging Him, going to Him every day, and He would open doors, He would close doors, and the door that He opened was in the ministry, and we landed in the mission field. So our first assignment with our organization was some islands off the east coast of Africa in the Indian Ocean. And we lived there for 2 years, and at that time we had 4 children.
After that, we went and worked in the Detroit metro area with Arabic-speaking Muslims, mainly refugees, because there's a large refugee population there. So for the last year and 9 months or so, we've been there in the Detroit area, and now we're getting ready to head back to those same islands in the Indian Ocean.
Yeah, just the relationship, that started back in 2003 with Coach Hudak, just being a friend, just being there together, being brothers in Christ. It has been an incredible journey, and just a great man to know. And one of the things I've developed is, as we got to share with him the journey that God has led us on, Coach Hudak has been there 100% behind us, backing us. And prayer support, financial support as a monthly partner. But then also one of the incredible things is Pride Baseball was able to do is when we were going to Detroit, we were looking at needing a second car, a second vehicle to help us navigate life here. And Pride Baseball was able to come beside us and help us with that.
And so that gift for us helped our family the whole time we were in Detroit. It helped Trent have a bivocational, a part-time job that helped with identity, where I could still have our van for the kids, and so it was such a blessing to us.
We just thank you to Pride Baseball, and just what a huge blessing and opportunity this is to be a partner with you, a partner with us in our ministry, and just seeing how Christ works these things together and intermingles, and to make His name known.
Now I know that we're raising money for Pride Baseball tonight, but Trent and Lexi and their 5 children have to raise their entire support as well. They're an amazing family and are a very worthy ministry to support. And I know for a fact that they are about $20,000 short of their one-time support needed to move. If you'd like to support Trent and Lexi, just contact me and I can share how you can be their teammate as well. Now batting 8th tonight is Dawson Gause. Dawson is a pitcher from Belmont, North Carolina. He currently attends St. John's River Community College in Florida and has signed to pitch for LSU next year. Dawson played for the Pride in 2019 and 2020 and was able to go on the mission trip in 2019.
So my first year I was a freshman in college and I didn't know if I was going to play summer ball or not. It's kind of later in the spring and I didn't have anywhere to go, and I had a buddy tell me about a team that he was going to play for, and he put me in contact with Coach Hudak, and I talked to Coach Hudak and he said that he would have me. So I went and played for Coach Hudak for a year, and that was awesome. We won a lot of games. We made sure we won a lot of games. And one of my favorite things about that first year was that Dominican trip. That was something that really changed who I was as a person, really put me in a different perspective. I go back to Tusculum, where I went to college, and early in the fall, one of my buddies told me that some Young Life leaders were wanted in that town. So I was talking to the Young Life leaders, and by end of winter break, beginning of spring, I'd become a Young Life leader, and I was spreading the gospel to people in high school and around my campus. And I looked back after that moment when I kind of became a Young Life leader, and I kind of realized, like, hey, you know, God was speaking to me over that time, and it weighed on my heart, and I heard it, and I knew what I was wanting. I didn't know what I wanted to do with it, but I knew that's what God was calling me to do. And through Pride Baseball, I feel like I've been equipped with knowledge and equipped with spiritual strength and growth to where I can spread the gospel now. I understand it better. I understand what it's like to be a Christian, being more like Christ. That's something that Coach Hudak says a lot. So I played with him one more year this past summer, the COVID summer. Probably my favorite memory with the Pride would be, we won a lot of games, and that was great. And I love winning, I'm a competitor, but it's probably when I saw our intern this past summer get baptized. That was, I had more chills, I had more adrenaline going in that moment than I did in any game I've ever pitched in. In the 2 years that I've been with the Pride, that was my favorite memory. Some reason that I feel like my parents kind of support the Pride and they keep donating to the Pride is because, one, the Pride has put back in me in 2 ways in my baseball career, but more importantly, spiritually. I've had a lot of spiritual growth over the past 2 years, a lot of maturity. Also, I mean, I've been put in great positions through Coach Hudak to continue my baseball career and to take it to new levels, and now more doors are being opened for me. But more importantly, the way that the gospel's been spread to me and how it's changed me in my life and how it's affected other people around me and how I've been able to spread the word through the tools that's been given to me. So the Pride's done a lot for me in my life, and I'm very blessed and thankful for everything that Coach Hudak's done for me, every memory, every teammate that I've had over the past 2 years through the Pride. It's probably my favorite 2 seasons of my entire career, and I wouldn't trade it for the world.
Well, it's commercial time again. You have already heard a lot about the Pride tonight, but I thought it might be good to show you a little bit of what we do, especially on our mission trips. So here's a short video put together by my daughter Logan that I think you're going to enjoy. guys are going to be very good.
Nosotros sabemos que ustedes son buenos y van a ser muy buenos.
But more importantly, we come to tell you about Christ.
Pero lo más importante, nosotros venimos para
¿Qué lo que? What's up, guys? My name is John.
¿Cómo están, muchachos? Mi nombre es Juan.
I'm from North Carolina,
Soy de Carolina del Norte.
and I'm going to tell you guys why I became a Christian.
Y le voy a decir de cómo vine a ser cristiano.
I realized that I had gone far away from God.
Y yo me di cuenta que yo estaba caminando muy a distancia con Dios.
So I needed God back in my life. So I came here last year,
Así que yo necesitaba a Dios de nuevo en mi corazón.
and I saw how happy you guys were.
Y el año pasado pude ver lo contento que estaban ustedes.
In my mind, I was miserable, and I didn't know why. So I looked at you guys, and you guys have the faith.
Y en mi mente yo era miserable, pero al ver a ustedes jugar el año pasado, yo vi que necesitaba algo.
And every night we have a Bible study with our coach.
Toda la noche teníamos un
And he asked us if we wanted to recommit our lives to Christ.
y él nos preguntó que si queríamos volver a Cristo.
Since I had gotten so far away from God when I went to college, I wanted to recommit my life to Christ. So in the Dominican last year, I recommitted my life to God.
So, y cuando yo me sentía en la universidad tan lejos de
Hitting in a 9-hole tonight is Matt Huther. Matt attends the University of Kentucky and was one of our interns this past summer. I'm so excited that Matt is sharing his story with you tonight. I know that you're going to love it.
Working with the Pride definitely impacted me in lots of ways, not only from a baseball perspective, but spiritually as well. So the Pride definitely had an impact on me from the baseball perspective. I was able to meet some very, very awesome people and create those relationships, as well as continue to learn and grow in the game. I was able to grow spiritually so much through this time. And I really attribute this mainly to the Bible studies that we had, the team Bible studies, and the speakers who would just come in and give the sermons. So after just kind of taking time to reflect, after taking time to just pray through it in my quiet time, and after taking time to just really think through what it means to get baptized and then try to find that deeper meaning in it, I decided to get baptized as well this past summer with the Pride. That was something that truly, I will never forget it. It truly just opened my eyes and lifted the veil, and it truly just allowed for me to just commit my life to Christ in that public setting. It allowed for me to just show everyone that I'd given myself and everything that I am to Christ. I'm so thankful nowadays that I made that decision, because I don't deserve that decision. I've screwed up more times in my life than I can count. Growing up, I was not a good kid. I was the kid who cursed at his parents, the kid who yelled at everyone, the kid who got angry and was always mad. I was never the kid who was going to be forgiving or showing love or showing grace or showing mercy. And what I've come to realize is it's not us. It's not us doing any of this, because we can do no good. The only good is from God. We still have a group chat as well that we use. Everyone stayed connected from our team this last summer, and that's something that I really appreciate as well, is even when you're not together anymore with the Pride, you still keep that connection with the guys that you met, your brothers in Christ. I'm just very thankful that I've been given this opportunity. I'm very thankful that the Pride baseball team has just gave me this opportunity to do that, and I'm very thankful that I was able to get baptized this summer, and that the Lord just was able to show, and God was able to show me so much mercy and grace and love, and I just need to show that to others. So thank you once again, and go Pride, roll Pride.
That baptism was an amazing experience. All right, hitting last but not least, my good friend Lincoln Lawing. Lincoln is a Charlotte Metro Director of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. He has spoken at our Pride chapels every year since we have been in existence. This past summer, Lincoln had a greater role with our team, serving as our chaplain. He shared with our team every week and worked with some players individually. And he's still serving our 2020 Pride players by leading a virtual Bible study every Wednesday evening.
Over the last few years, I've watched Pride Baseball mature into a ministry that played a lot of baseball and talked about Jesus to being a ministry that still plays a lot of baseball but talks a lot about Jesus. And I truly believe this is an opportunity for transformative discipleship to take place through the guys that come through here every summer. I love baseball and I love telling people about Jesus. So it was a very natural fit when Joe launched Pride Baseball. I had an opportunity to be around the game of baseball and disciple young men and share the gospel with them, so it was a natural fit and it's been a great opportunity. I've been serving alongside Pride Baseball for 6 years now. These mission trips are truly a transformative time. It's like packing an entire summer of spiritual growth into 1 week. And you see these guys grow in their faith, their perspective shifts, the game of baseball gets smaller, and doing what God's called them to do becomes greater. But in addition to that, it's the time they spend with one another. I've seen more growth take place in the devotions in the evening time where the day and the trip is unpacked than I've seen in any other situation I've been a part of. So I got the chance to really partner with the Pride this summer and share at multiple different chapels, build relationships with the men, walk through them with things that was going on, and it was awesome. We saw young men grow in their relationships with Jesus. We are continuing that impact through a Bible study via Zoom once a week. Got to see a young man get baptized, and one of the greatest summers of my life, just being plugged into what God was doing and also seeing Him at work with all the chaos going on around us. God was moving in a huge way with these young men this summer. Hands down, best memory of the Pride was when I got to make a cameo as a head coach for a few games. I got to spend some time with the guys. But at the end of the year, I came back for the last game. Pride won the championship, and a young man came up to me afterward. He said, Lincoln, he said, this has been the greatest summer of my life. He said, my trip to the Dominican Republic, the devotions, being around these guys has renewed my fire for following Jesus. I've grown leaps and bounds. I was in a different spot before I got here, but man, I'm really growing, and I can't wait to get back to campus and continue what God's called me to do and share this with my teammates. That moment right there just summed up what Pride Baseball is all about.
Well, I told you at the beginning that we had a powerful lineup. That lineup right there is pretty hard to beat. I also told you at the beginning that we had 3 goals for tonight. Number 1 was to share what Pride Baseball is all about, and I think we've done that. Number 2 was to have you meet some people whose lives have been impacted by Pride Baseball, and I think we've done that. Now it's time for number 3. I want to ask you to consider becoming a Pride teammate by supporting our ministry financially. I just want to be real honest with you right now. We need your help. The Lord has put it on my heart to add a second team this summer. It'll be an international team. This team will not play in a league here in the States. Instead, it'll travel for 7 weeks to Canada, the Dominican Republic, and Alaska. You've seen and heard what we do on these mission trips. We're also looking to add a chaplain position for the summer. The work that Lincoln did this past summer made it so very apparent that we need a chaplain who is pretty much full-time during the summer season. To top it off, I found out on October the 30th that we were losing a $40,000 teammate for 2021 because of COVID. Now, trying to add a second team and a chaplain position while losing $40,000 seems near impossible. I heard someone say one time that your vision needs to be so big that it's doomed to failure unless God is in it. I believe that's where we are right now, and that's why we need your help. Over the past years of our existence as Pride Baseball, I've been amazed at how the Lord has provided. There have been times, more than one, where I wasn't sure we were going to make it. Yet every time, God has provided. And every time, He's done it the same way, through the generosity of His people. And I know He will do it again. We're going to be signing off in a minute. If you're a host family tonight, when we sign off, please lead the way by making your gift and then show your guest families how to become a Pride teammate tonight. If you're watching at home, please pray about what you've seen and what you've heard tonight and consider becoming a Pride teammate. Again, the link is on the screen, or just Google Pride Baseball and click on Donate. There are two ways to donate. You can give a one-time gift, or you can become a monthly teammate. The link for instructions for how to give by check or online are on your screen. It's really simple. Just go to pridebaseball.net and click on the Donate button at the top. If you're giving a one-time gift and you'd like it to go specifically to the international team or the chaplain position, there's a place to check that. Finally, this banquet video will be available on our website after tonight. If you enjoyed watching tonight, please feel free to send the link to your friends who may enjoy learning more about our ministry. Well, that's it for tonight. If you have any questions about Pride Baseball or would just like more information, feel free to reach out to me. Thanks for watching tonight. God bless and good night.